Chat. Hypothetically, we don't. Here's the thing. Chat, I want to look at something. I want to look. We're just gonna take a little look at something. And you know, you can tell me how you do or don't feel about it once we get there. Man, I love how I can hear the game, but I can't see it. There we go. You can tell me, we can talk about how we feel about it in a second. I wanna look at something real quick. Not the prophecy. I could not care less about the prophecy right now. Hi, kitty. Like, chat, do we have to replay the weird route? Like, do we have to? Like, do we have to replay the weird route? Like, could we not just... Spam's not annoying? And in this exact moment, yes. In this precise moment right now, I also want to know what happens, like, so bad. It has been hard to avoid spoilers. And like, we could just play it right now. We could chat. We could just play it right now. Chat, you say this, but how do we feel? Go ahead. All right. I've been given the approval. I've been given approval. We all know it. Thank you. Right, I would assume. Volume? Nah, no volume. We're chill. We're gonna leave this. Oh, whoa. Chris, are you feeling alright? I'm not touching anything. I know it is the weekend, but I'm assuming this is tutorial. You've not left your room all day. Oh, so Chris doesn't get up early in this one. The festival was today, you know? Was today? I missed the festival! The sun is going down now. Oh! If you get up now, you can still see the parade. Oh, wow! Oh, we missed the festival. Chris, at the very least, you could eat something. You should eat something. Yeah, there's some honey toast on the table downstairs. Yeah, this is tutorial. I made it for you. Damn, Chris is so upset after what we did. Well, I'll be downstairs reading. I know it has been difficult without your brother. Yeah, that's not the problem. But... well... who else, dude? I don't know. I'm just here. No one can make you get out of bed, honey. Go time, Chris. It's go time, Chris. It's go time, Chris. It's go time, Chris. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Chris, I want to go. Chris, I want to go. Chris, I want to go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change the stream title real quick. So I have to restart Deltarune. Real quick. Oh, there we go. It was frozen. It was frozen for me. It was frozen. It wasn't doing anything. Like, I couldn't press anything or do anything. Can I steal? Right. Right. You know, I didn't want to look at the other, like, things anyway, you know? Like, I didn't want to observe anything anyway. What? Is this gonna... No, we're not gonna talk about my theories about certain things yet. We're just gonna go. I'm not allowed to sprint. I don't get to know anything about anything. I can't have toast. Chris, are you alright, sweetheart? I'm pretty sure he said... Yeah, he said he played it. You should eat something. There's some honey toast on the table for you, alright? I don't think I'm allowed. Yeah, I did do that to Tenna. Oh, Susie! Hey, took you long enough. You trying to sleep through the festival or something? Noel's waiting for you. At the beach. She, told me to get you. Yeah, we already kinda hung out. Well, guess you gotta go. Oh, she's just gonna stay here? Can't talk to Susie. Still can't sprint. I'm scared! Hey, wait a sec. You wouldn't want to see the festival first, would you? Yeah, I saw everything with Noelle, but like, I still want to see how you'd react to stuff too, you know? Come on, it'll be fun. Chapter is generally so fucked and theories are bouncing around in my head. Yeah, everyone's over there to see the festival king and queen. It's lame, right? I mean, like, why is it gotta be a king and queen? Whatever we are, it's cooler. Right? Right? Not in a weird way, you know. Weird. Say that again! So, the real fun thing about this is that I'm a big theory guy, so we get to talk about my theories together as I experience this. Including my biggest theory, that we will get to. Royalty schmoyalty. We rule the festival right now, right? Okay. Okay, I can sprint again. Some art my friend found about the chapter that I'll DM you afterwards. Awesome. Doing the king-queen vote thing with Noelle was fun. I put down me and her, plus some extra epic drawings. See? I used a green pen for my radioactive breath. She voted before I saw hers, though. She was, like, super excited to write it. Oh, Chris, you're not gonna believe this. Free rolls, and honey packets, and butter, margarine, whatever. That's like basically a good sandwich. The music is also different. We still get our music rights, like fucked. Ketchup, salt, water, that's free tomato soup. We're living in luxury. Bon appetit, right? Thank you. If you want to, you can share the stream. Potentially, we'll see. Hey, sweet, no one's in there. It means free grape soda, and, we could wear their uniforms and pretend to work there, and take, like, pics of us standing on the salad. Damn, it's locked. Oh yeah, me and Noelle wrote this. She didn't even look out the window, though. The whole time, she was just... It's music rights while being this evil, but the music is, like, slightly fucked up. Just resting her head on my shoulder. Dude, my heart was beating like crazy. I don't get how she was so calm. Anyways, you wanna ride the wheel? No, alright. I call shotgun. How the fuck do you call shotgun? Hey, Chris. Everything good? Weird music rights line. There you go! The music's taking some kind of weird route. You just seem kind of... Whoa, wait a sec. Chris, did you feel that? Earthquake! Damn, that was close. We almost... Oh hell, it's the aftershock! See? Knew that'd make you laugh. Hey, sit over on my side. The view's better. The view of you being in a headlock, idiot! Hey, stop pretending to snore. What am I to you guys? A big pillow? Don't nod! Here. Guess that's about it, huh? That was pretty fun, right? Alright, chat. I'm gonna let you listen to this music and sit with your theories, thoughts, opinions for just a moment. I will be right back. There we go. I wasn't muted. It just my mic breaks sometimes. Free lemonade. She's like, why is everything so far just getting stuff for free? We got that for free. We sure did, Susie. Hey, purple water. You know we gotta sip that. No, we don't. Wait, stop. It's all like, fuzzy. Dude, no. I don't know what the hell this is. That's why you're here, to explain. No. She hit me. I won. This bastard, she hit me. Chris, where the hell are we? Rudy. Hey, dude, you okay? Shouldn't you be at the king and queen thing? Me? No, I still got some lights to finish up here. You sure, man? Susie, it's better you learn sooner than later. Holidays are always full of surprises. That's kind of sweet. Still can't go over to the bunker. Huh, be pretty funny to see you get jump scared, but we can't go in there. We're banned. I was feeling like the eyeball grapes or whatever, and Noelle just put her hand in the bowl and started holding mine. Yeah, they banned us for that. Sucks. Correction, Susie, you're banned. I, however, am Chris Deltarune. Can we go to Castletown? Wait! Move your foot! Dollar coin on the ground alert, idiot! I can get gummy monsters on my ice cream. So, Noelle, she did something kind of funny earlier. I said I didn't have any cash for food, and she took out like a roll of bills, probably like hundreds of dollars, and just held it out to me, smiling. I mean, I don't know if I've ever even seen that much money. That does sound like something Noelle would just do. Like, we're not dropping frames, it looks like. Bitrate looks good. When in doubt, refresh. I didn't take it. I said some cheesy stuff like, man, you could get 100 grape sodas with that. I don't know why, it just felt so weird. Say that again. If you had $5, I'd expect you to buy me stuff. But I guess same back if I had $5 too. Man, even Ralsei was acting kind of weird today. Say that again? Guess he was just worried you slept in? I asked if he wanted me to do anything, and he was like, he got quiet and shook his head. Anyway, let's see him later. After other stuff. Okay, so no Castletown. We can still get ice cream, though. Hey, you need the ice cream stand? Nah, that's next to me. What are you, then? The ice cream sands. Huh, okay. Can we get some ice cream? Can you fill out this card? Whatever. What do I put on it? Just draw you and your friends on it. That way I can give you a discount. Alright, whatever. Everything on my end, from what I can tell, the thing should be working. Everything looks like it should be working. Here, me, Chris, and Ralsei. I know we can't use it, but I gotta put them on. Good on my end, awesome. Well, thanks. So when do we get some ice cream? Whoops, I don't have any. Mine is bugging like hell. All I can say is to refresh it. What do you mean you don't? But the stand will after it finishes churning. In the meanwhile, why don't you take this? When in doubt, restart, literally. Bread! Bread? Why do you have this? To make ice cream sandwiches. That's not. Huh. That's kind of a good idea. Guess I gotta wait until the ice cream's done. I'll walk you to the beach, though. You know, when you want to go. Dude, Temmie left all her art crap. Huh, let's draw in her sketchbook. Hey, what? Her art's like crazy good. Man, even she's like good at stuff, huh? Yeah, she's a genius. Guess she'll be going to college too. Just like Noelle and everyone else. Hey, you're gonna go too, right? Beats me! Yeah, what am I asking that now for? Guess cause Temmie reminds me of college. That's good, that's good. And, like, yams, for some reason. Temmie reminding Susie of college is really good. Damn, no one's home. Right, the teacup? Dude, now that Noelle's not here, we should totally get a hose and fill that cup. No further plans. Man, not watching on mobile. The Twitch mobile experience is awful. I love you, Twitch. Mobile experience, not so much. You know what that means. Chat, are you ready? Chat, are you ready? Things are about to take a weird route. Chat, things are about to take a weird route. Be afraid? Dude, I'm so fucking scared, actually. Every time that I have played the weird route, my first reaction is just that I'm scared. We went to Noelle's house, chapter 4. Scared. It made me feel disgusting. Yeah. That checks out. Alright, done with the festival? Yep. Okay then. I gotta go wait for the ice cream, so... guess I'll see you later, huh? See ya! I'm so fucking scared, dude. Music rights gone. Fucking gone. Chris, I'm not good at saying this stuff, but even if we didn't really do anything, it was nice seeing the festival with you and stuff. I know me and Noelle are getting kind of close, but you're still a big deal to me too. So, cheer up, okay? Yeah, no, I don't deserve to cheer up. I deserve whatever is about to happen to me. Why are we just fading to black? Dude, I'm fucking scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Did you read the newsletter? I did, but I don't remember what it said. It's okay. Get ready, twin. I'm not ready. There's no version of me that's ready. Oh, the sick-ass art! This was a screenshot from it? Oh, are you talking about the ARG? Yeah. Chris. I know. I know he wanted to deny it. I did too, at first. But eventually, we're going to have to face the truth. Yesterday, when everything happened, every cell in my body was screaming at me to run away. But if I stayed by your side any longer, you were going to drag me down with you. drag me down somewhere no one is supposed to go. And you know what terrified me the most about that? I don't know. I think I want that. I'm so fucking scared, dude. Since Des left, all I've been doing has just been marching down my path. Staying quiet, getting good grades. It feels like I've just been watching myself through glass. Watching someone else move me through my life. That's why I want to do something crazy. Like kill Birdley? That's why I want to break free. Good? Oh, fuck, dude, I'm so scared. But I can't. I couldn't. Because I'm just Noelle. A Noelle that has to do Noelle things. That fucking bird I hate, dude. Just like Chris has to do Chris things. But Chris, you changed. Chris, you actually changed! You found out how to stop being Chris! And no one else has noticed! Because they don't want to! They don't want to see how interesting you are now! They'll just keep marching down the same path without even thinking where it goes! Chris, being around you is changing me too. Okay. We talked about this. We talked about this in chapter 4 about the soul like infecting her somehow. Chris, when I cast Snowgrave, I felt stronger than I have in my entire life. I know, it's horrible. It's horrible to say that, but... Chris, if it's you telling me to, I can do anything. If you tell me to, I can do things that are impossible. Things no one else can do. So, why don't we do it? Why don't we do something crazy? Tell me. Tell me to grow wings. And let's fly out of this stupid town to somewhere no one has ever been before. The other side of the lake. We always wanted to see what was there, didn't we? The 4 of us, when we were kids. Chris, let's go there. You'll tell me, won't you? If you tell me to, I can do anything. So tell me, Chris. The words I've been waiting to hear. The water's nice, isn't it, Chris? Chris, don't hesitate. It's colder than I thought. Oh no. Chris, don't let go of my hands. Just keep walking. Chris, just keep walking. Chris? Oh, Chris. Proceed. Proceed. Chris, you can still hear me, can't you? Chris, keep saying it. Chris. Chris. Say it. Insert Chapter 7. Side B. What? So the weird route doesn't continue until chapter 7. Go back into chapter 5? Okay. On every save, it is marked that you've made it here in Snowgrave. How's it? Yeah, because we don't technically have a file. So this confirms my theory. That immediately confirms what my biggest theory was, and it's that after chapter 5 is your last chance to abort Snowgrave. I've sent you the art. We like art. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, no, that's... We can check out aborted Snowgrave real quick if we want. But yep, that immediately confirms my, do we all get to theorize? Yeah, we all get to theorize now! Oh, I didn't have to wait for her to stop talking. I could have just gotten up the whole time. That's crazy. God damn it, Chris, get up! So that proved my theory that chapter 5 is the last point in which you can abort it. Because there's no fucking way we go through all of that and then we can abort it in chapter 7. That would be absurd. Anyways, we can go abort it real quick. Never in the same room. Shit, you got me there. We'll use that save for chapter 6. Maybe we'll put us on the same screen. It's the end of this chapter. That's the thing, though. You saw. Here. That's the thing, though. I think you have to have... I think you have to be able to go to chapter... It said continue in chapter 7. I think it'll jump straight to 7 from that point. And because... While we did do that, I think you have to come back and just, you do it and then jump straight to 7. Because, look, empty save file here. And it's not marked as finished. It's not marked as a finished slot on the main screen. I think you have to have 7 and you jump straight to it. Because it's not marked as completed. You just jump. You jump from 5 to 7 on Snowgrave. That has to be it. Insert chapter 7 side B. We didn't save at any point. We didn't... Nothing. So I think... Yeah, that you can't... I've been in continuation. Will Chris and Noel just be dead? I think so. That's fair. That's a fair question, and I can't imagine they'll just be dead. I think what we've just learned is a very important distinction. And it's that at the end, we control Susie. I don't know that we're going to control Susie. I think controlling Susie with the soul on the normal route feels like a possibility. If I had to throw a theory out here, I'll just base what I think. I think we're not going into the shelter in the next chapter. Or we don't until the end. And then we do in chapter 7. Or something with the lake happens in chapter 7. My guess is they have ended up potentially in a dark world. Because if you'll remember, Susie references it and Onion references it. A song playing from across the lake. And since Onion said they were gonna go investigate it, they haven't come back. I think we've made it to wherever that song is coming from. Which also very well could be where Des is? Or was? I think we're gonna have some ideas when we get to chapter. That's crazy. We're at a point of no more weird route until potentially 2028. We don't need to talk about my release date theories. I am of the theory that chapter 7, we're not gonna hear like any development news. We might hear a little bit about chapter 6. I don't think we're gonna hear any about chapter 7. And I also think chapter 7 will release the year that it releases. It will release on Christmas Day. With how relevant Des has been, I think it'll release on Christmas Day. Yeah, no, that art went crazy. See, the thing, oh god, I hate doing the weird route because it's such a gross feeling, because what the fuck are we doing? However, I think the entire time, especially if you play both the normal and the weird route, you get such interesting character development for Noelle. Truly. Do you think Des drowned? I think that Des had something to do with a dark world. I think it's really complicated. It's really hard. I think Des drowning in some way, shape, or form feels very likely. I also think that Des had got lost or something along those lines in a dark world. And that's why Asgore's so obsessed in the way that he is, because I thought this very, very early on. The second that I learned that he was police chief, I thought that he had something to do with what happened surrounding Des's disappearance. So, I don't know. It's hard. I think some things that I think are true. I think we're going to continue to learn more about Des and what happened. Deltarune. That's how Asgore knows about it. He saw one of the first forming and found, or at least a dark world. Yeah. So I think if something happened to Des in a dark world, my theory is that he witnessed one forming, and I guess, so we have reason to believe, obviously, that the shelter has a dark world in it. I think the best explanation is that he knows about the dark world and the shelter. And saw it form, has been inside of it, something like that. And that part of why it's locked, and it's supposed to stay locked, is because they didn't have someone who could seal it. Because, like, Chris. Sorry about Rouse? Titan Rouse. He's a special kind of Titan. Here, we can listen to some music on full camera, because we're not actually playing anything at the moment. I think in some way, shape, or form, he's a Titan. And that is why he can do what he does. Is Des still Knight? I think Des Knight is still possible. I think it'd be... I was so before Chapter 5, I was a big believer in the idea that Des Knight seemed the most likely, but I also felt like it would be the most boring option. And I feel like it's been expanded upon in such a way that Des Knight would be significantly less boring than I thought it would be. So I think it could be Des Knight and still be interesting, though I don't necessarily know that it's true. My first playthrough of Chapter 4, I thought Carol Knight, is an option. I think Carol's working with the Knight if she isn't the Knight. Like how Chris is. I saw someone make a really good argument. Not that I necessarily believe it per se, but a solid argument for Rudy Knight. Somehow she became a Titan herself. So the problem that I have with the Des Knight, because I think it's possible in some way. However, we know factually that the Knight can enter the light world. But do we know factually that Titans can without it being the roaring? How do you know? Because of the chase scene. That seems pretty straightforward. The chase scene after Undyne was captured. Chapter... Ooh, smooth my whole desk. Chapter 3. So we know that the Knight can enter the light world. Because while we didn't see the Knight, they did. Like, Susie did. Not enough to know who it was, but, like, saw the Knight taking Undyne. I think Asgore Knight, which was a relatively popular one, considering, Chapter 3, and how that has to happen. Like, it has to be someone who could take Undyne. Was, ruled out, obviously, with Chapter 5. It's not Asgore. If it is Asgore, that would be fucking weird. It's not Asgore. I think the concept of Rudy Knight is interesting, but I also think with the arguments that they gave for certain things, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Undyne got grabbed and taken out of the dark world into the light world, then down to the bunker. Yeah, Rudy Knight's a theory. I saw a video of someone talking about it, or basically their thing was that we know that you need determination to be able to open a fountain. And like, oh, maybe because he's a monster and he's opening so many, it's making him sick. Because of like surplus determination, and we know from Undertale that like does something to a monster. So yeah, I don't necessarily believe in it. I feel like Rudy seems to know a lot of things, but I don't necessarily know that he's the knight. I think what's equally possible I don't know. Because obviously we're intended to it's a possibility of the angel being the knight. I think the only two contenders for the angel, if it's a person, is either the soul or Noelle, so I don't know if that would make sense. I did see someone mention Angel Susie, though, and that was interesting. I don't... Sans Knight? Yeah, Sans Knight. I think... Here's the thing. So, I think Death Knight in some way, shape, or form is still technically possible. However, I think if you want to argue the angle of Carol Knight, if you subscribe to the theory that Des got lost in some kind of dark world, or even died, and they potentially took her body, which that's a whole nother thing. I have a lot of Des theories. Des human theory, that's a good one. I have a really I don't think that it's true necessarily. I think it would be really interesting if it was, but I'm not like, oh, this is absolutely totally canon. But I have a slightly convoluted theory that basically results in that the soul is Des. I have a somewhat convoluted theory where the end goal is explaining how the soul is Des. This isn't the night that shows your judges. Slightly convoluted theory that came out of chapters 3 and 4. That at the end of it started in chapter 3 almost as like a throwaway. So okay, now I have to explain myself. So yeah, basically convoluted theory that results in that the soul is Des's soul, that we are Des this whole time, which I think could be some interesting shit. However, the way to explain it, so we know from chapter 4, so we know overall, but we know from chapter 4 that the soul can't seem to play piano. Chris can, but the soul can't. And obviously it's always important to remember that these are two different individuals, two different entities. Chris can play the piano, the soul can't. Right? Like we've seen that in chapter 4. But if you think back to chapter 3, if you think back to chapter 3, the soul can play guitar. Who is the only character that we have known to play guitar, that we know plays guitar? December Holiday. Right? Right? So you see that, and you're like, but Seichin! This is a monster. Monsters don't work like that. This isn't a monster soul, this is a human soul, obviously. From what we understand about the lore of this universe, like, the soul is a human soul. Monster souls aren't like that. They don't work like that. They don't look like that. And to that, I would like to remind you of a little detail about Chris Dreamer. Just a small little detail about our good friend Chris Dreamer. Chris, adopted by monsters. What is something that Chris liked to do? Wear a headband with horns to look more like the rest of their family. Theories are useless because of Toby Fox's game. That's so real. Wear horns to look like the rest of their family. So anything, monster souls don't look like that, don't work like that. And we've seen it, the silhouette of Death. We've seen the silhouette of December Holiday. And that was a deer. Headband? Could be. Could be a headband. Be like, but and fuck ton of shoes in her room. Seemingly normal shoes, right? Noelle has made a comment about how she has to wear special made ones when she does because of her feet. So why would December have normal shoes if not for human feet? Human shoe. Now the thing is, okay, they're never, some are right, but that's besides the point. So what if Des died somehow? Be it drowning, be it, you know, in a dark world. Her body gets separated from her soul. Same thing obviously happened to Chris. Where the fuck is Chris's soul? Don't know. It's clearly not us, but separated, and Dessa's soul ends up in Chris's body. And then we are December Holiday. We were Des all along. Now, do I necessarily think that's exactly what's gonna happen? Probably not. However, there's no way that'll be no, I don't think it's realistic at all. I do not necessarily, I must say 100%, I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's a realistic expectation to have of the game. However, if I fucking clocked that, if I sat here and I clocked that shit, we're gonna get to like chapter 7. We're gonna learn that's the case, and all of you people will have to go, this fucker's insane, absolutely nonsense theory was right. So, just know, I'll start a riot if that's the case. Dude, if I fucking pulled that, if I clocked that shit, pulled it out of thin air purely as a like, haha, the soul can't play piano, the soul plays guitar. Which is all that is all that instigated. I learned of human death theory after my brain was like, haha, little connection about instruments. I learned about human death theory later and was like, this helps explain this fuck-ass theory I thought of that obviously didn't seem plausible, but technically there is a route to get there. And I swear to God, if I pulled that shit out of thin air, I accidentally guess we drown ourselves in the shower. I love some of the, like, insane theories. like, when you randomly just, like, pull things, I seemingly successfully guessed, based purely off of the end of normal route chapter 5, that this is the last chance to abort Snowgrave. Jess art is always peak. Don't even get me started. There's fucking Rouse Goner theory. Rouse Goner theory is... Yeah, okay, hold on. Here, let me close Deltarune real quick, because I'm just, like, listening to the menu sounds. So you know how in Undertale, there's a chance that you can get these, like, grayed out people to show up? It's basically, like, the name for Gaster's followers, or Gaster's, like, creations. Yeah, the Goners. Low-key, I'm sleepy. Dude, same. I woke up 30 minutes before stream. Here, Plink, do you care if I just show our DMs? Rouse isn't gray, though. In the, what, chapter 4? Egg room, I think? There's, one of the people in the egg room makes a comment about being colored in with care. Which honestly means I can... More friends decide to add me. Okay. Then I will just pop up our DMs. Here we go. We got some art. It's up on screen, right? I'm literally just showing my entire screen. But yeah, look. We've got art. This would be some shit, though. Susie walks out and sees Chris and Noelle just dead in the middle of the fucking lake. This would be some shit. We got sprites. God, I really, really like the, like, unhinged Des art. What the Gaster doing? Chris, I got the ice cream. Oh, shit. Friend Des would be some shit, though. Yeah, I love when people make, like, creepy shit with Des, or when they make her, like, is that a crazy thing to say? I love the, like, creepy Des art. And the shit that they'll do with the, like, Des drown theory and the art they'll make out. Dude, that's sick as fuck. I wish I could draw. I can't. Any exact art I was looking for, though. Hey, I'm just glad that I don't have to violently avoid- That'd be some shit if both of the Holiday daughters drowned in the fucking lake, though. Can you imagine? Technically, I can still be spoiled for the secret boss. But I'll be significantly less upset about that than I would have been getting spoiled for the weird route. Wait, oh my god. That means that the dark fountain in Flower King in that shop was never opened. And just none of that happened. That was it, because Chris opened that. That's insane. Wait. So either none of that happened. Which also means Chris and Noelle are just gonna be missing for a minute because they're not gonna be there for chapter 6. Like, but that aside, Do you want to find the secret boss? I think that I know how to find the secret boss. So... Because it has to do with the coins, right? There's no way it doesn't have to do with the fucking coins. It'd be really weird if the coins were entirely unrelated. Because I feel like it's the coins. It's easy to get in, just hard to fight. Probably doesn't care that Chris is gone for so long. I think she'd notice. But I also think with how much, like, she's aware of Chris spending time... It's the coins, yeah. Okay, yeah. I kind of thought so. I thought so pretty early on, that it had to do with the coins. I got 8 of them, just on my normal playthrough. I didn't get the last 2. I think Toriel would brush it off. I think Carol would obviously notice. Do you have an available save? Technically, I have 2. We're gonna be doing the 100% run through, where we'll definitely do the secret boss then. I know where Egg is as well. Yeah, we're probably... When? When the guide that I use updates. I can check if it's updated yet. I can't imagine it is. Although, here's how to get to the egg room. There's like 16, is there? I have 8. I can't imagine it's updated yet, but I'll look. I think this is it. No, this isn't it. This is something else. Is it on my other account? Deltarune. Did I get rid of it? Damn. That means I actually have to find it. Weird route guide. I don't know, it seemed pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't know. Could be wrong. I do think the weird route was pretty straightforward this time around. The opinions that I've seen... Sorry. The opinions that I've seen people for Chapter 5 is really interesting because so many people don't seem to get the fact that we're some browsing. Jesus. It's crazy how many people hate Chapter 5. It was genuinely really good. At least I thought. And I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Because the whole point was one more thing before everything goes to shit. I saw someone who was like, Susie giving into the prophecy when she made this whole point about how she wasn't gonna let that happen. It's like, no. She made a whole point about saying that she wouldn't let the ending happen. She actively liked some of the parts in the fucking prophecy, but yeah, sure. I'm actually not finding... Hold on. Here we go. I fucking found it. I don't think it's updated, but I'll check. Yep, it's not updated yet. Yeah, I don't remember if it says you from obtaining some items. Unused items only exist. Yeah, so we have to wait until I can get a guide to do it with. Because I know I'll miss things if I just do it by myself. We can probably do a couple of things tomorrow, though. In Chapter 4. So, with all of that out of the way, things took a fucking, dude, things took a fucking weird route. We're gonna end off for today. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see about doing the secret boss and the egg tomorrow. Before we do a full 100% playthrough. We'll see. We'll see. But first, I want to say a quick thank you to anyone who stopped by, said anything in chat, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate you guys. You're what makes this fun and traumatizing. This was traumatizing. I feel... we just killed 2 people. We've killed 3 people total now. We've killed Chris, we've killed Noelle, and we've killed that fucking bird I hate. And you know what? I'd do it again. That was awful, and I loved it. We're learning a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting theories to be had. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you haven't seen my playthrough of just the chapter as a whole, that's out on YouTube. You can go check that out. It's station on YouTube, same as it is here. But again, Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. But hey, at the end of the day, all that really matters is that I will be seeing you next time.